What's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Oh, the kid is in. Somebody's getting for you. What's going on, people? Woo! What's going on, people? Today, another day, we call Wednesday. Anyway, being said, what's going on, people? I'm going to talk to you in reference to Russell Wilson and Ciara. Okay, Russell Wilson is an American football player, quarterback. Oops, just reading a lot about that. And then there is Russell Wilson is 5'11", 26 years old, and he's dating Ciara. And Ciara is 5'10", 29 years old. And this is what they look like. Okay, here it is. Okay, now you got a chance to see who I'm talking about. Russell and Ciara. Okay, now, Russell went on an interview with a guy by the name of Chris. And he went to the Rock Church. And the Rock Church and stuff like that, and he started discussing Ciara and his sexual business, which is always a no-no. Anyway, that's no one's business what goes on in the bedroom. Anyway, that being said. So, he was giving a little rough draft on what happened that she's trying to do differently than he did with his other wife, okay? Because he was married before, but now he's not. You know, Ciara was with Future, who was supposed to get married and had a baby and stuff like that. Anyway, that being said, I want you to hear the interview of what Russell said about him and Ciara. Okay, check it out.
And then you have a girlfriend, I heard.
I do have a girlfriend, yes. She's a sweetheart.
She's a sweetheart. Tell us about your girlfriend.
Tell us about your
girlfriend. You got a girlfriend. The reason is because I knew when you didn't have a girlfriend, and well, through a bunch of ups and downs in that part. But there you go. Hey, there she goes.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend.
Ciara.
Yeah, Ciara. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's everything you could ever want, honestly. So yeah, she's a special girl. And I met her, I don't know how long ago, 5-6 months ago. And you know, funny thing is, I told somebody that that's the girl I wanted to be with before I ever met her.
Is when you saw her, or she was you hadn't met her?
Before I met her, I was like, I'm probably gonna end up with Ciara. True story.
So tell us how your relationship is going now, especially being an outspoken believer in Christ. She's a believer?
Yes, she is.
And so how are y'all doing?
You know, there's a difference between a believer and a follower, though.
Okay, is she a follower?
It's good. Yeah, she's a follower.
Good. I just want to make sure.
So, you know, yeah. So she's a special girl. She's been through some heartaches too. I've been through some heartaches. I was married before. You know, I married the person I was with in high school since I was like 15 years old. You know, that didn't work out, unfortunately. But for me, I just trusted that God would do the healing process, would figure things out for me, and just, you know, I had gone through some ups and downs and all that, so I had to really focus on walking in the Spirit and living in it. And so I met this girl named Ciara, who was, you know, the most beautiful woman in the world. She is the most kind person, the most engaging person. I could probably learn some more from her. So, you know, just everything I could ever want. And so I'll never forget, she was on tour. She was traveling, and I was looking at her in the mirror. I was, you know, sitting in the dressing room. She was getting ready, you know, about 15 minutes before she went on stage, and she was sitting there, and God spoke to me and said, I need you to leave her. And I was like, really? I know. You know, I was like, ah.
And what does that mean?
I'm looking at this, like, you know, and he goes, no, I want you and need you to leave her. And so, anyways, I told her, you know, right then and there. I said, you know, what would you do if we took all that extra stuff off the table, you know, and just did it Jesus' way and make sure that, you know, and she was like,
elaborate what that means, because there's a lot of people out here, their minds are going on a whole lot of different places right now, and we want to know.
Yeah, we're talking about sex. So
yeah, we want to know.
So, you know, for me. I knew that God had brought me into her life to bless her and for her to bless me, and to bless so many people with the impact that she has, that I have. We're not going to be perfect by any means. You know, life's not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but He's anointed both of us. I know that He's calling for us to do something miraculous, something special. And I told her, I said to her, and she completely agreed. Is the fact that do we love each other without that? If you can really love somebody without that, then you can really love somebody. Look at you. So I ain't gonna lie to y'all now. I need y'all to pray for us. I know y'all seen it on the screen now.
See, what you need to do is get one of these real quick. I can hook you up real quick. I can buy the boom, buy the bang.
Okay, now you see that him and Ciara's been dating for a few months now, I think 4 or 5 months. Anyway, they've been telling the guy who was interviewing him, his name was Chris. I'm not going to go into last names. I'm just going to work with the names that I can not spell, but pronounce, because all these names can get all the way, and I don't want to butcher anybody's name. Now, the guy, that name was Chris. I thought he was a preacher and stuff like that. I do not know. The only thing I knew was that he was at the Rock Church, and he believed in God and stuff like that, and he was talking the religious word. Now, I had to look up Chris to try to find exactly what he did. I didn't find any information in reference to him being a preacher, but he's a sports analyst for ESPN, who mainly covers NBA. He's 46 years old. He also has a columnist for ESPN magazine, and he's married. Okay, now, he was talking in reference to, Ciara, stuff like that. If you want to have sex, you could always put a ring on it. That was the joke and stuff like that. They went back and forth. Now, when I was listening to the interview, when it came down to Chris, he was being very direct, very, he basically listened to the words you say, and he tries to, kind of make a joke and stuff like that, but, he was very articulated when he came down to dealing with Russ. Now, the thing about it that got me a little bit was, once the interview went, out and stuff like that, of course, we're in a world full of judgment. He was officially felt as though he was being attacked because of the interview with Russell, and Russell saying that, he wanted to wait before they had sex. He wanted to put that out the way before him and Ciara had sex. As far as him and Ciara having sex or not, or as far as she's seen, the man meet, I do not know. You do not know. It is not none of our business. Russell keep it that way, but he said that they want to refrain from having sex. So anyway, this is what happened when, they got online and stuff like that. This is the new guy. Now the black guy who's giving Chris, the guy that was interviewing with Russell, I don't want to confuse you. We'll just call him Mr. Jones. Now Mr. Jones is the black guy. He's a journalist. He's employed by ESPN as well, and he's a co-host with Dan. Dan is the Spanish guy or the Mexican guy. I do not want to insult anyone, but Jones is the black guy. Dan is the Spanish guy. I'll just say Spanish for argument's sake. I do not know. And he's 46 years old. He's not married as well. And he's a sports writer, he's a radio host, and a TV reporter. And he's from, I don't know what the station is, reported out of Miami or Florida. So anyway, this is what happened when they got online and they gave their little interview in reference to Russell and Chris talking about Ciara having sex.
You believe that Russell Wilson and Ciara will be able to hold up to marriage? All right, here's what you've got. Russell Wilson has spent the entirety of his career making sure not to say anything interesting, and then he chooses, in talking for 50 minutes about his faith, he chooses to say that he is holding off until marriage. He's going to do it Jesus' way when it comes to his girlfriend. He's going full Tebow on us in contract negotiations with Seattle. If you didn't like Russell Wilson before for feeding mythology, now he's giving you yet more mythology. Look how pure Russell Wilson is. Do I believe him? I do believe him. I do believe that he is going to try very hard to not do that, and I believe he will succeed. I also believe he'll be married very soon.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't believe him because I don't think either one of them looks especially stupid, right? That's what I hear in this. Here's what I also want you to do. Go check that transcript. Show me where he said they had never had sex before, because it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like he had this epiphany and decided that this is how they were going to go forward from this point, which is to say, we've heard that one before. I feel like this isn't really any of our business necessarily. We just kind of got thrust into this. But what are you saying about Russell Wilson if you say he never says anything interesting, and the most interesting thing he says is, I'm not having sex with Ciara, and we're going to act like I used a different word?
No, that verb was an excellent verb choice.
Okay, now you see that. Okay, now this is a Twitter war and stuff like that. Him and the black guy, Mr. Jones, went back and forth with Chris. Now, I want you to check this out. Now, they're going back and forth because the black guy's basically saying that he feels as though that they probably have had sex before and they didn't have sex. He didn't state that he didn't ever have sex and stuff like that. and Chris is saying what they want to wait, or that they want to wait till they're married, that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Why does he have to be persecuted because he doesn't want to have sex yet? But anyway, you check this out. I'll let you read it yourself. You tell me what you think. Okay, now you say that. Okay, the thing about it is that Chris is going back and forth. He's defending the interviewer. He feels as though it's right that if a man decides he wants to not have sex, before marriage and stuff like that, that is right, and that's what he wants to do. That's his business, and there's nothing wrong with it because he wants to do the Christ-like type of thing. And the other guy is saying basically that he don't believe that they never had sex, basically, is what I got from it. If you get something there, please let me know. But the thing about it is that I don't understand why two men are arguing over someone else's sex life. It's really, to me, it's none of your business. But I understand since Russell put it out there, and he feels as though, Chris feels as though that if it's God-like and that's what he feels as though that Russell wants to do, then you should support Russell's decision. And the other guy don't feel as though that he's telling the truth. And they were going back and forth, the stupid and stuff like that. But to me, Chris is married, and the other two guys are not married. To me, I understand everybody has to have their own opinion when it comes down to marriage and stuff like that. And there are some guys out here who are not married, who like to play the field, who just like to have sex with everybody. And when they get old, and their looks start fading, and they want to settle down, and they don't understand why nobody don't want them, because you took all your youth and you played the field and you hurt people and did your dirt. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm saying that that's why a lot of guys don't want to settle down, because they want to do their dirt. And I guess when they find someone, or maybe he's dating someone and stuff like that. But the thing about it is that he's not married, and you're arguing with a man who is married, who has a wife. And to me, I think because apples and orange juice, it's not no right way, it's not no wrong way to me. But I do feel as though it's more than two men are having a conversation about Russell and Ciara's business. And I feel as though Russell should keep his mouth closed when it comes to him and Ciara. But after all, Russell is only 26 years old, so he's just a baby. And Ciara's 29, so Russell, keep your mouth closed so these men can stay out your business, stuff like that. If that's what you want to do, boo-boo, and that's what you want to live your life that way with you and your girl, just keep your business, because people just want some juicy gossip to talk about, because I wouldn't be talking about it either. I was so surprised to find out that Russell was so religious, and his belief in God is so strong, and that's a good thing, because we need nourishment within our lives we live in the negativity of the world, we live in. And he wants to share that, that he basically, I guess in my opinion, that he feels as though he wants to show that he really loves Ciara and it's not about sex. And I've been through that with men, that men want to show me, that they could be with me without having sex. But then I'm going to be honest, just my opinion, when I open up the pants and I see that P-bug, honey, and it's this big. See, forgive me, but this is just my opinion. I guess this is a third party. I'm sorry, guys out there. I have to take your pants and I have to look. I need you to get it fully wrapped. If we're going to wait, I want to feel like I'm getting ready for a big prize, honey. I don't want you to build up mother milkshake and then find that it's no milk in the shake. This is my opinion. It's not about the size, it's the motion of the notion. Well, you keep your ocean over there, honey, because I need to find out what's all in that ocean, because if it ain't, I'm sorry, it's just my opinion. And I just feel as though, they call me a size queen. It's not about being a size, but I'm not going to be with a man that's this big, and then, if I'm used to this, and then I have to do this, I don't know if I can be faithful. I mean, how much can I fake the funk? I mean, I understand the tongue to be a fabulous thing, but a mother ain't gonna go to the grocery store and have all this food inside of here, and you ain't bring no bag. Anyway, that being said, I want to hear how you feel about this. Could you actually wait before having sex? Could you actually do this and not even know his man need, how big it is, how small it is? Or a woman, you could realize, you want to be with a man who wants to be the woman, can't understand that she's good in bed, or she could be a dead. Anyway, that being said, I want to say hello, new people. boom, I want to say, oh, bam. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. What you do to you, I want you to do best with it. You can. And if nobody don't like it, then fuck them. All right.